You are tuned to the Lily channel. Thank you all for subscribing, and I've got an exciting guest here to talk about philanthropic ways to do things. Drum roll, please. Introducing Joel Ackerman of the Red Ladder. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you, Lily. Good to be here.
Now, we are going to be talking about a concept that started with, do you have your prop?
Yes. A red paperclip.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now, what would a red paperclip have to do with charitable giving?
Well, there was a story back in early 2000s about a gentleman who was trying to get a house for himself and his girlfriend. And he didn't have any money. And he looked at his desktop and he thought, well, he saw a red paperclip. I wonder if I can trade that for something of greater value. And if I can trade that for something else and keep trading until I get up to a house, start with a paperclip, get to a house. And he did it, and it got a lot of media attention nationally, internationally. And he, after a series of 14 trades where he advertised, I have a paperclip, I want to trade it for something of more value. Somebody contacted him and said, I have a pen shaped like a fish. I'd be happy to trade that for your paperclip.
Okay.
And so he did that, and then he advertised that he had a pen shaped like a fish, and someone said, well, I make hand sculpted doorknobs. I'll trade you one of my doorknobs for the pen.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then he advertised the doorknob, and someone said, well, I have a used camp stove I don't need anymore, a Coleman stove. And he traded for that. And then someone contacted him and said, I have a generator, a used generator.
Yeah.
And so through a series of 14 trades, with which included a year's rent in Phoenix.
Ooh.
And an afternoon with Alice Cooper.
Oh.
So he finally got to a point where a town in Saskatchewan said, we have a house and we'll gladly trade for that bit roll that you have in a movie.
Mm.
And so they made the trade. He got the house. He and his girlfriend lived in it for a couple of years. The city or the town in Saskatchewan auctioned off the paper or the house. And now it's an international tourist destination. This little town.
Oh yeah.
They erected the world's largest paperclip, and eventually, this gentleman Kyle donated the house back to the city, and now it's the Red Paperclip Cafe.
Oh, that's cool.
And this small town, I think it's a few hundred people. They get tourists from all over the world, so it's really been a boom for their economy. And so the story stuck in my mind, and I thought about that over the years, and I thought, it's wonderful. He took something of little or no value, and through a little bit of elbow grease and some work, he traded it for a house that today is probably worth about $160,000. And I thought, that's magic. That's alchemy. He's turning straw into gold.
Yeah.
And if you could do that in a way that could help charitable organizations. So if his goal had been to give a large donation to his favorite charity, he could have taken the house that he got, stole it, or turned it over to a broker, given a very large check to his favorite charity. And so over the years, I thought about that. And I thought there must be a way of scaling this and making it so that you can have many of these sequences going at the same time. And each one destined to turn into a large check at the end, and then have that money, or most of it, given to a designated charitable organization. I thought, wouldn't that be fantastic?
Yeah.
And so that's the story of the Red Paperclip, and you can find it online on the web. And it's, there's a book, a website. He went on the speaking circuit. There's a TED Talk. So
you turned it into a ladder.
Yes. So we took that concept, kept the red, and thought, well, okay, what do we call this? We came up with the concept of a ladder, because each rung on a ladder takes you higher.
Yeah.
And so each rung in our model is a trade where somebody is trading an item they no longer need or want for something they do want, in order to, increase the value, move one rung up higher and higher. And so that's the way Red Ladder works. We've made it so that people can trade, for example, a French horn that I have in the basement that the kids no longer want or need. They've all moved out. I could trade that for perhaps some baby gear for my new grandchild that my daughter would really appreciate.
Ooh.
Okay. It could be new or used items as long as they have value. And the system administers this, and I get my French horn to our Red Ladder depot, and
Does
I can
somebody
then get
have to
the baby gear.
actually trade, or can they donate an item and then the next part of the ladder is somebody buying the item?
So the way it works, if you let's say you want to start a new trade ladder for your favorite charity, or for a school team, high school team, or band, or whatever, a charitable organization, as long as it's not a hate group or a political group, okay, you can donate an item you have at home. The system will assign a value using our algorithms. It'll assign a value to that item, and that will become the first rung on a new ladder. Okay, you as the person starting that ladder get to designate what organization will ultimately benefit from it. So you can say, my church, my cancer research, whatever. You pick the organization, you get to designate that, potentially able to grow value and a large check to them. A cool aspect of Red Ladder is, organizations don't have to do anything in order to benefit. You can start one for your church, for example, okay? And they don't even have to know about it. On the other hand, if they understand and they know and they want to help promote this, they can maximize their opportunity, but they don't have to do anything. We're not asking them to sign an agreement or pay any money or even dedicate any staff or volunteer time.
That's true.
They can, if they want to, again, to maximize the opportunities, but they don't have to. This is free money that comes to them.
That's really cool. Now, is there a company or a person who you've been maybe trying to reach or thinking of reaching, and it's just been difficult for whatever reason?
So Red Ladder is operated under a nonprofit organization, the Cases Institute. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. There are foundations that I believe would be very interested in it if they knew that we existed and if they're willing to listen to it. So for example, foundations give a lot of money to charities. This is one more way they can leverage that and help them all. Every one of them. There's 1.8 million nonprofits in the United States. Okay, every one of them could be benefiting from Red Ladder painlessly. And so, I'll put out a name. We have a wonderful foundation based here in Eden Prairie, the Margaret Cargill Foundation. They do great things, give a lot of money to a lot of organizations, but their policy is, don't call us. We'll call you if we want to give you money.
Okay, Cargill, are you listening?
So
Cargill family, hello.
So I hope I'm not sounding too sneaky, but I would love to get a meeting with them, tell them what we're doing, but they don't want to hear from people because everyone would be knocking on their door asking for money. We have a way we can help every one of the organizations that they're helping already. So that's just one example. There's a lot of foundations and people that would love to help more. And so we're in this early stage of trying to get the word out, getting some visibility. We don't have money for advertising or a lot of promotion yet, but we have people contributing time to help make it happen.
I wonder if you do have a foundation that is not well known, then please put it in the comments below, because you clearly have that foundation because you want to do some good in the world. And if nobody knows about it, that could be a problem. Now, what does a cool guy like you with all sorts of interests do for your free time, or just to veg out? What do you like to do?
Okay, so I've got I've always been, I guess I would say, a family guy. So my kids are out of the house, but I have 2 grandchildren, one of them local. Ooh. And yesterday I was lying on the floor with my grandchild and helping him learn to turn over. So
cool.
That's fun. Great stuff like that. So I enjoy that.
That's a big deal.
My wife of 47 years, who I love, would tell you that what I do for fun is I invent. I come up with business concepts, innovations, and I've got 2 or 3 other business concepts in the works, even at my age, that that at some point I would like to get back to and work on those. Not that I'm leaving RedLadder or anything like that, but you know, it's what I like to do. If you're an entrepreneur, you're creating something new. You know, by definition, you're creating something new, and hopefully it's something people want and need and will benefit from. And what better thing is there to do? So, you know, that along with travel, and you know, I like theater and just, you know.
Jeez.
But
that's cool.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if we mentioned it or not, but we met through Next Level Networking, and then we continued to get to know each other better with 1 Million Cups networking group in Eden Prairie, whose fantastic host is Chris Polster.
Yeah.
I'd highly recommend that you contact Joel. And what is, let's see, the website is?
It's letter R, ladder, red, R for red, RedLadder.org.
Okay,
so RLADDER.org. And you can send email to info@redladder.org or at rladder.org, and I will get that.
Okay.
That's easy.
And are you also on other social, I hate the word social media, but social media sites?
We haven't been until just recently. We've got a great person now who has come on board, and she is helping us. I'm not a social media person, okay? But she is an expert, and she is creating our social media presence, beginning with Facebook and LinkedIn, and then we'll expand to others. Cool. So that's another example of an experienced consultant who is, we're not able to pay her yet, but you know, we have a promise we will pay you when we can, and she's happy to take the risk with us. It's exciting.
I'm excited to name drop your organization and other groups that I'm in. I mean, I do what they call fractional networking in the sense of for other organizations, because it's also the word fractional. It is what it is. It's a fun way to give people exposure, whether it's in Spanish, English, German, Hungarian. That's my thing. But you heard it here at the Lily channel. I really appreciate you subscribing. And Joel, you're going to kick butt with this. You really.
We're so excited to see this explode. You know, we've architected everything we're doing for a explosive growth. You know, scalable. There's literally, this can grow to be larger than eBay if we.
Take this, eBay.
And it's all charitable. I mean, it's a good thing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
thank you.
So exciting.
Thank you for doing all that.
Oh, thank you for giving us this exposure.
We're gonna rock it, everybody, and comment below if you've checked out RedLadder, rladder.org, and give us your thoughts, your suggestions, or just say hi.
And I guess I would say, figure out a charitable organization you want to help. Find something at home worth at least $20 or so. We can't take paper clips, but we start with an item worth $20 or more. You can sign up for a free account, create a trade ladder, and get them started. And then when that ladder monetizes, you'll be able to print out a certificate that shows all the trades of that sequence, and then the large check that was given to the organization you designated.